Hey y'all, I'm Maria Reed. This episode of Moving with the Military is brought to you by Armed Forces Insurance. I am honored to be the Armed Forces Insurance Army Spouse of the Year, helping to improve the quality of life for military families. We are at Fischer and Wieser's Das Peach House in Fredricksburg, Texas, to surprise a group of military spouses with an incredible experience as we get ready to celebrate FriendsGiving. Das Peach House combines food and fun nestled in the beautiful outdoors. Inside the store, you'll find everything from peach cider and hill country wines to their famous roasted raspberry chipotle sauce, and even a fantastic cooking school.
Anna, thank you so much for having us here today.
You're very welcome, and we're so happy to have you here and just share some good ideas with you. My husband Case and I both come from families with people that have served in the military. We absolutely know that it's not just that soldier that is sacrificing for our country, but it's those families that are sacrificing as well, especially during holiday season. Because that's the time we all gather together, and that's the time when many people only get to see some of their relatives once or twice a year. Yep. So it is a big sacrifice for the whole family. And Case and I just really believe that it's important to support the families as well as those soldiers. We love to send product over to the soldiers when they're overseas, and but also, to support the families who are keeping the home fires tended while that loved one is out serving our country.
Military families, we PCS a lot. So for our civilian friends, PCS means permanent change of station, which in essence means we move a lot. Sometimes feels like all the time. And one of the difficulties or challenges that military families can have is their pantry. If you're moving a lot of liquids, we end up giving them away to our friends and neighbors because we don't want it to go to waste. But we really want to talk with you about some sort of must-have pantry items to really keep it stocked all the time. So help me out.
Well, there's really just two things you need to keep in mind, and that is, one, what is your family like? And two, how much do you really need? There's a lot of products you can buy that are multi-use. So, for instance, pasta sauce and salsa. These products are great because they really have a lot of ingredients in them. So these are things that you can not only use for what they're originally meant to be used for, but you can use these in soups or in a pot of beans or something like that when you don't have all the little extra spices. Some other things that I like to keep in the pantry are easy meal preps like rice.
We live with a rice cooker in our house.
Oh, perfect.
Have to have that.
Right. And so then things like chicken broth, bouillon cubes, canned beans, always good to have on hand because you can mix those in with anything. It's fast, because they're in a can.
Right. We use them sometimes for salads too.
Yes,
Drop them into a
absolutely.
Salad.
And certainly if you fix something for your family and nobody really likes it, don't freeze it and bring it out again another day because you're just going to have to throw it out later anyway.
Thank you again for having us here. We are so excited. We're going to be doing some cooking and getting ready for our FriendsGiving episode, which is really nice. So our military spouses are headed this way, and we will see you all over in the kitchen.
I'm going to be cooking for a book that's really special, and it has a military background on it. My first thing I opened up to was a postscript from World War II. And it really caught me really in the heart of where we are and the things that have happened with the military. Because in here it says, wartime postscript, as this book goes to press, our country is at war. And inevitably there will be food shortages will develop. And the rest of it talks about how these recipes are tailored for some of those food shortages. So I wanted to tie it into your great sacrifice and the service that your families give. And so we're going to be making the savory stuffing mix. It's out of this cookbook. One of your desserts is a pumpkin chiffon that's made out of this cookbook also. So we got a lot of fun things, but I'm also going to talk about that 20-minute turkey dinner if you want to do the quickest FriendsGiving
ever. Right? We spend a lot of time creating dining spaces that people want to gather around. Nothing brings people together like good food, and taking the stress out of cooking gives you more time with family and friends. I call that a win-win. You guys, look at all this great food. And the recipes are available on our blog at movingwiththemilitary.tv. Yummy! I loved spending time with these military families, and now we're headed back to the studio for a little DIY. For our FriendsGiving dining room makeover, I wanted to make a wreath. Just take a simple twig wreath, but add some felt leaves to it to give it a little more life. I think it's really colorful for the kids, so we're just gonna get started. I cut leaves just using some simple pieces of felt, and I used colors that were a little more muted, kind of fall colors. And then we're gonna hot glue these leaves onto the wreath. Wreath either can be kind of asymmetrical, so if you think about the wind blowing leaves, some stay on, some come off. All right, y'all, it's time to surprise Mallory.
Hi, Mallory! We're here. You ready for us?
Yes.
Awesome. All right, let's do it.
After a great experience with our friends at Fischer Wieser, we're at Mallory's house getting ready to give her dining room and pantry an overhaul. We know how important it is for families to gather at the table, so we brought in a new dining table that seats 6 for their growing family and a small buffet table for extra surface space, and anchored the piece to the room with a chalkboard. And we can't wait to redo the pantry to give Mallory much needed storage and organization. It's time to set the table and share an easy dessert recipe.
One of my favorite Friendsgiving recipes was really simple. Crescent rolls and this Fischer Wieser Amaretto Peach Pecan Preserve. This is amazing. Tastes just like pecan pie. We wanted to keep the dining room table kid-friendly, so we opted for plastic dishes. They look great, they're wonderful, and they really just make a statement. This is one of my favorite finds, is this chandelier. It actually is not electrical. And when you live in military housing, changing out chandeliers might not be an option for you, but adding something like this is absolutely perfect and beautiful, and best, you can take it with you when you leave. Your military friends become like family. Friendsgiving, y'all, Friendsgiving. This fall wreath was super easy to make. We picked up this wreath at a local store, but we wanted to add a little more fall elements to it, so we just got some pieces of felt, cut those into little leaves, and hot glued them on. Love how this turned out. This here is another DIY, and we picked up some pie pans and a pizza pan at the dollar store, and then wooden legs that we chalk painted, put together with some glue.
And we made this beautiful 3-tier tray.
Sometimes you can have a really big pantry, or in Mallory's case, a really small pantry. So we needed to do some storage solutions to make it fabulous. We maximized her space by going up and coming down. We added all kinds of container storage that is stackable, so it gives her a lot more room to play with. Hope you like it, Mal.
We're almost here. Let's go.
Okay, we hope you enjoy your new dining room makeover.
Oh my gosh. I love it.
Is it you?
Yes. Except like Super Better Homes and Garden magazine. Like on a not House Full of Kids version.
But it's totally House Full of Kids.
Oh, I love
Everything is plastic. We were trying to really make it kid-friendly.
I love it. I love everything. I love that it's plastic.
All right, now we want to open this.
Oh my gosh. We have 3.5 children. One more coming in December. My husband will be excited. He knew that was one of my big things that I wanted to do this year, was to get a new and sturdier table for the kids that actually sat everybody, since we're gonna have 6 now. I know that he's going to be happy because he knows how much it means to me. The makeover is just fantastic.
Y'all, it just warms my heart to know that Mallory loved the makeover. That's what it's all about, making military families feel like they're home. Bye, y'all. Catch you on the next one. Body roll. Sorry. And back to the 90s.
The amount of bloopers that you're gonna get off of this later.
I don't have a shopping problem, really.
She really does.
That made no sense? Okay, never mind. I'm gonna start again.